There's a boy.
Hmm?
Who commented on my video.
Okay, yes, good, I'm listening.
His name is Oscar, and I go to school with him, and what he commented is that he has a crush on me.
On the screen, put him on the screen.
Oh, yeah, no, of course.
Thank you.
So that's a picture of him reading The New Yorker on a hike.
Yeah. And it says solo hike vibes as the caption.
Which means he must have asked a stranger to take a picture of him reading in the woods. And that's when I decided to message him.
No. Yes. Here we go.
So what I decided to say was, that face when you probably can't get away with copying math from the guy in front of you anymore.
Genevieve. That is... I mean, that's a lot, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess it is.
Today, we are with actor, comedian, and writer Maeve Press, who stars as Genevieve in the hilarious and heart-wrenching comedy series, Everything's Gonna Be Okay, available now on FreeForm and Hulu. Maeve, welcome to 15 Minutes With.
Thank you so much.
It's an amazing show. You've got a lot of buzz going on around it. You're getting love from Rolling Stone and the New York Times, and they're saying great things about it. And the fans, including this one, we're connecting with it in a big way. So what's life been like for you since the show's taken off?
Oh, it's been really nice. I feel like I've made a ton of new friends. It's really, I'm really happy people like it. I mean, a couple years ago when we were filming the pilot, I don't think any of us thought we were going to be here talking about a second season and having people who actually really like the show and watched it the first season or watching it now. All in all, I'm just really happy that people have stuck with us through this journey and that they've dealt with the messiness that we've dealt with in the show and all that. It's really nice.
Your family and friends, what's been their reaction to this whole thing? Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, I come from a family of performers, so it wasn't that weird to want to become an actress and a comedian. My mom and dad were comedians and they're filmmakers, and my sisters are actors and they perform as well. So it was more just a lot of pride. They were happy that I got to work. I think it's nice, I'm doing something. I'm someone who very happy just sitting on the couch watching TV. So I think my mom's just more happy that I'm actually participating in something.
What do you enjoy the most? And there's probably a lot, but the most about being part of this amazing show?
I love the representation that we have on the show, between the actually autistic actors and we have LGBTQ representation acted by actual LGBTQ actors. And it's fun to get to play like a real angsty, messy teen girl. I think I am a teen, and I was one when I got the audition, which was very weird. FreeForm, I didn't think that they actually wanted me. They're stuck with me, and they haven't fired me yet. So far, so good. But it's been really nice to get to represent kind of everything. Everyone can find a bit of themselves in these characters, which is really nice.
What was your process for creating Genevieve? What did you go through to get to that character?
So I'm a middle sister. I've got an older sister and a younger sister. So I've always kind of dealt with this balance of having to be the older one and be the adult in the room, but also wanting to be a kid and be the child and make, childish mistakes. And Genevieve is very much like that, because even though she only has one older sibling, her older sister is autistic. So she's always had to be the older one and put her own emotions and her own needs kind of on, not deal with them and have to deal with her own sister and make sure her sister is safe. So I kind of took being a middle kid and did as much research as I possibly could about autism and about people with siblings on the autism spectrum, to be able to prepare for the role and do it justice. I wanted people to feel like the role was authentic and that they could really feel the representation.
You're playing this teenage girl, right? But you've mentioned you've got to have these mother instincts too because of your sister. How easy is it for you then to slide into that role?
I think the moment I put on her Doc Martens, I was in her role. I was ready to go. But I know it's Kayla. I love Kayla so much. She plays Matilda,
Yeah.
and it was really easy to want to protect her and to want to make sure that she was okay and happy and safe. Same with Josh and same with Adam. So it was really easy to play that kind of motherly role with all of them.
I know this is more of a dramedy, right? And it's filled with all these awkward and funny and heartwarming moments, a lot of which hit in the same scene. The eulogy scene in episode 1 is a prime example.
It's really fun. Josh and the writers are so good at treading the line between comedy and tragedy that you never really know. Like you said, we'll say a joke and then immediately something sad's gonna happen, and then immediately a joke is happening. So you kind of feel a little bit insane as the actor because you feel like you're playing like these different personalities all at once. But it's really thrilling, and it's he's just such an incredible creator and such an incredible mind. So to be able to perform his words, I feel very lucky.
How much for you does your comedy play into the role of the happy sad in what you do with that show?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely in my own stand up, I like to do more storytelling, kind of like a George Carlin esque comedy, where it's more like you walk out of a set hopefully laughing, but also kind of questioning things that you didn't question before. So I took that kind of aspect of my comedy and put that into Genevieve a bit. I got to help write in season 1 when Genevieve does her story. Josh and I wrote that, so I got to put a bit of my own comedy and my own mind into that as well, which was really fun. I was happy that she got into storytelling because I got to take my own. I got to experience the first time performing on stage again, which was really, really fun and horrifying. I got the same nerves that I did the first time I ever performed. I felt those again doing that scene, which was both a great feeling and not a great feeling.
Right on that edge, right? You talked about Josh Thomas. He's obviously a very big part of the show, and but he also seems very willing to let everybody else have their moments. What's it like having that kind of freedom to create?
Oh, it's fantastic. He's really good at reading between the lines with people, and he takes a little bit of who we are as Maeve and Kayla and Adam, and puts it into our characters, which is really nice. And I got to help write on a couple episodes in season 2, so he also gave me the opportunity and freedom to help navigate Genevieve's storyline and help add little bits to other people's storyline, which was a really, really unique and fun experience to have.
I know he plays Nicholas. He's been tasked with being, whether he wants to or not, a father figure suddenly, right?
Nicholas is definitely not great. He is not somebody who would ever want to take care of children, and you can see he's struggling a lot. So Genevieve and Nicholas have this great relationship, especially in season 2, where they are both teaming up to take care of Matilda. And it's this really beautiful partnership that they now have. Because in season 1, she has a lot of trust issues just because she's lost a lot of people at a very young age. So it takes her a while to let people in. So that was a big journey in season 1. But in season 2, she's a lot happier, which is nice. And she really, really loves. It's just a beautiful relationship between them.
You talked about Kayla Cramer as well, and she herself is on the spectrum, and that makes the show even more authentic, in my opinion. And tell me a little bit about Kayla and what she brings to the show.
Oh my God, she's just a beautiful soul, and it's really, really incredible. She's helped a lot with the authenticity in the show, making sure everything is right, nothing feels overdone or fake. Her and Lillian Carrier, who plays Drea on the show, she's also really, really helped making sure that the representation is as real as possible. But I've just really loved getting to work with her. I mean, she's at this point, she's my sister, and I love her. And I'm also very, very happy that she's in my life.
How hard or how easy was it for the two of you to develop that connection on screen?
It was pretty immediate. she said that she liked Law and Order SVU, and I was like, oh my God, I am from New York. I love Law and Order SVU. And I think that that was the moment that we realized there was this beautiful friendship. We were, we became best friends over oh, that's not great to become best friends over Special Victims Unit. I should probably come up with a different story.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Oh, you mentioned Adam, I think, earlier as well. Talk to me a little bit about what Adam brings to this ensemble.
He's not a family member. So he is this
Mm-hmm.
outside point of view coming into the family, and he's a very grounded soul, both Adam and Alex. So Genevieve and Alex kind of have that same type of relationship where they are this glue that's really keeping these characters together and keeping them sane and keeping them not from doing some crazy messed up mistakes. So they kind of find this nice balance of friendship in season 2.
You talked about being a comedian. And
I started out when I was I did a so I've always really loved making people laugh. It's always very much felt like a superpower, and I've always felt most comfortable when I'm being laughed at. So I did a camp at Gotham in New York City when I was about 11, and it was a comedy camp. And I think because I started out when I was so young, there really wasn't those nerves that you kind of get when you get older. There's this beauty in being a child when you really don't care what people think about you. So I did a comedy camp and it went really well. And then I went and did a second week and I bombed. I did one of the worst shows I've ever done in my entire life. And I had to redeem myself because I hated that feeling of bombing. And I went and I did an open mic. And ever since then, it's kind of been this need to make people laugh.
You've talked before about turning sad moments into happy moments and using comedy to do that. And that's exactly what this show does in a lot of respects.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's really important because the world isn't just happy and it isn't just sad. So I think if we're going to create an authentic world, then it's important to show those messy moments that are those beautiful disasters of moments. Which is why it's so nice that there's nothing really extreme about our characters. They're just sort of happy, sort of sad, sort of okay, sort of not okay. And it's been really nice to play that authenticity of just trying to make it to the next day.
One of your inspirations is Audrey Hepburn. And that, to me, plays into my thought that you, although you're quite young, you have an old soul. And that's kind of the way I think of you. And I mean that as a compliment.
I've always really, really loved old things. I've always loved antique stores. I was the youngest person at the Hudson Valley Postcard Convention when I was 8, which was, I loved it so much. I think my older sister, she was in a film class. And she got to pick a movie, and she picked Roman Holiday. And we all watched it, and I just completely fell in love with Audrey Hepburn and just the grace that she brought on screen. And I think that was a big moment where I was like, I want to do that. I want to be like her and the kindness that she brought into the world. And I've just always been very obsessed with like The Twilight Zone, Sunset Boulevard, all those types of older films. There's something so wonderful about the past.
You got some other things in the works, some other things coming up.
Yeah. So I co-wrote a short film with my mom, Maeve Press, and we filmed it a couple weeks ago. And right now we are in post-production. We're almost done with it, so hopefully we're gonna get it out to the public soon. But it was really fun. I co-starred alongside Maria Bamford, who plays Drea's parents in season 2 of our show, which was really fun. I'm a massive fan of her. I had a lot of trouble not completely freaking out when I saw her on set for the first time because she's one of my absolute favorite comedians ever. But the short film, it's called Too Many Buddhas, and it's about a girl named Nora who's going to a therapy session. She's coming home from school after her all-school winter concert where she just did an absolutely horrible flute solo and then later learned that her flute teacher had died. So it's not a great moment for Nora. She's not having a good day, and she goes to her therapy appointment, and there's a lot of twists and turns and ups and downs to keep it exciting.
I've already followed you on Instagram, by the way.
Thank you. My Instagram and Twitter and Facebook is all just Maeve Press. I did cave in and get a TikTok, which I felt like I had to because I felt like I wasn't really part of my generation. So I felt like I kind of had to go get a TikTok to really be part of it. It's called Maybe Far Away, like from Annie.
I love it.
Either that or it was Maybe This Time. I have a list of musical theater references that I could use my name in, and maybe I'll switch it out one day. I'll just keep changing it.
I want to thank you again for being part of this 15 Minutes With, and I'm so thrilled and excited, and wish you the very, very, very best.
Thank you so much for having me. This was a complete blast.